Hey guys, Mars Singing here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to take STR NAMEK Goku with his EZA up against Red Zone Broly and see how he gets on, because obviously the final stage, AGL, one of the hardest AGL bosses in the game, so it makes sense to take our boy with his type disadvantage into that event and see how well he can perform. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to probably mention a lot of the same stuff that I've mentioned in previous videos for this Goku, with the fact that like his only 200% lead on global is the new tech Super Saiyan Goku powerful comeback team, and I'm really not a huge fan of this team. I think it's a very limited pool of units. Some of them, obviously, you know, there are units that do work very well together on this team, but like some of the tech Goku's best linking partners aren't even on this category. Now, of course, the Namek Goku, once we get him transformed, the rotation of him and the tech Super Saiyan Goku together is obviously going to be really, really good. And in fact, if we lost enough HP in turn 1, this is the huge difference. For those of you who watched the Cell Max video that I did yesterday, the Cell Max event, the one time we managed to get Goku to become a Super Saiyan before we got to the tech phase, we only got a couple of supers off, and he was able to tank the Tech Cell Max super attack. The problem is, I then had multiple attempts after that, where I literally could not get to the last phase with him transformed into a Super Saiyan, because the event is just too short, the first couple of phases are just too easy, it's just way too difficult to lose HP, and if you're transforming, if you get to Tech Cell Max when he hasn't transformed yet, even like post super attack, he just takes a ridiculous amount of damage, even from normal attacks. So this kind of event is much more suited to his design, because you can get hit by a super attack very early on and still take a lot of damage. So it shouldn't be too difficult for us to transform. Honestly, if we'd had like one extra attack on Gohan in slot 1 on the first turn, we actually probably would be below the HP threshold already. I think we only just missed it by a very, very slim margin. So as long as we don't get absolutely pummeled in the next turn, then we should be all good for getting this off. So I think we can go ahead and put you in slot 1 again. What's your defense now? 217, but you have guard. So if we give you these, and then we'll get these. We need to start make sure the tech ones are actually getting the 18 keys and stacking, because at least in this event now, it's not like Cell Max where we're deliberately trying to nerf our other units by having them hopefully not hit as hard, because obviously we don't need to worry about that with Broly, because he's got a lot of HP in every phase, he hits hard in every phase, so we don't really have to try and stall as much as we were trying to in the Cell Max event in order to get the transformation. Although, I mean, this team is still very good defensively. Like, this is a very powerful defensive rotation. So it's very possible, if he doesn't super attack on this turn, it's very possible all of these units just take double-digit damage from normal attacks. So the friend Goku is 90%. Mine has 1 dupe. Everyone else on the team is basically Rainbow and full level 10 links. So obviously in these early phases, like I say, even like the comparison to Cell Max, normal attacks still don't really do a lot to some of your better units, especially once you've started getting some stacks off with them in the first couple of turns. But the super attacks in the early turns are obviously still going to be able to deal decent damage. So wow, triple super from these guys. With the fact that they raise their defense and they have damage reduction, I think only a super attack is going to hurt them now. And I don't even know how much damage it would actually do. Super? Oh well, he didn't even super, okay. Of course, now that we jump into this event, where it's like, oh, this event, it'll be super easy to get him to transform, but we will see, I guess. I'm going to avoid same type orbs, because of course I want to lose HP here. Now, ideally, we don't finish him off, but leave him with a very small amount of health and drop below the threshold, because then it means at the start of the next rotation, we just finish him off and then move into the next turn and actually get the transformation. But I mean, even in this stage, like, we're almost done with the tech phase. We're going to be at the AoE phase. Goku's already been hit and raised his defense, so this won't do that much damage. Yeah, 37k. Although, is that enough? Oh, we're so close. I'm not sure if that is even enough. We're so close to 77%. It's hard to tell from the bars at the bottom sometimes. I'm pretty sure we are now below 75 because it's like halfway through that like 7th bar. But that bar at the bottom can be very misleading. The number of movie bosses no item run attempts that I failed because at the start of the turn, without getting any healing or anything because that throws it off, but at the start of the turn I would look down at that bar at the bottom and it would be quite a significant amount visible past the fourth bar. So we're like, oh, okay, we're over 40% HP, so that means Golden Freezer will be tanking. So that bar at the bottom is very deceiving. So I guess, could we actually get away with not using an item here? Probably not if he AoEs in like the first slot. So I think we have to go ahead and use the Whis. I actually don't think we would even need to use more than one on this rotation just because of how... Actually, I say that, even with the guard thrown in, I guess if Ultimate Gohan's guard didn't go off, we would actually take quite a lot of damage. So we'll do this. Since the Whis is up and we don't really need any like extra power here, I'm not going to use the transformation with Gohan. Might as well get like an extra stack in with him. And now, with the Whis active, we basically guarantee that we don't take any damage this turn because we are already at the HP threshold now for Goku to transform. So that means we're going to be unable to take damage. We get to transform with Goku. We'll put him in slot 1. Hopefully we get that guard to proc. He then gets his like permanent attack buff. So the next turn should be looking pretty good for Namek Goku. Now the only problem is he is transforming again still quite late in the event. We could have got much luckier early on with taking big damage from Broly and getting that transformation early, because you want to try and get as many stacks in with the defense as you can before you get towards the end. And then of course, you know, if we get 4 turns of guaranteed guard, so if we finish off this STR phase with this next turn plus the turn afterwards, so then Goku's coming back in on the rotation against AGL Broly, he's going to have guaranteed guard. And so obviously that's where he's really going to shine against this Broly, because it's only a 30% chance for his guard to activate the first time. So I think I have to put you here then, right? Because I need you to actually tank. And then also, I'm still unsure. I was looking at the comments on like the previous video, and a couple of people have said both versions. So I actually have no idea whether Goku's guard can proc off of each different attack. Wow, he's only super attacking at the end. Well, this is GG for you then, I'm afraid. So yeah, we have multiple chances that we proc the guard here. So this should be a very strong turn. 5 million on the first attack. We obviously haven't been hit, so he hasn't got his permanent attack buff. That jumps up a pretty significant amount. It's what, like 59% attack? So now we have that, and it's active for the rest of the turn. No guard. Now, if it can proc on a later attack, it certainly didn't. He got hit all of those times, and no guard proc. So there you go. There's the 30% chance to guard in action. Definitely not ideal. If he had 50% chance to guard, I think I mentioned in the last video, as much as everybody likes to slander STR Ultimate Gohan for only having the 50% chance to guard, going up to 50% would automatically make this guy so much better. Well, could it proc now? Yeah, still nothing. I'm still, honestly, I don't know whether it can proc mid-turn. Because, I mean, we could have just got unlucky like 5 or 6 times in that turn. That is very possible, but yeah, I don't know about that. Alright, the super attack is at the end, so we're all good. We definitely kill him this turn, so again, there's no point transforming with Gohan, because if possible, might as well get some extra stacks. And then we'll keep the... Actually, no, we're going to end the phase now anyway, so it doesn't matter if we keep orbs for next turn. So we get another stack for the friend Goku. His defense must be getting pretty crazy about now. Should have checked it, but video's not about him. 6.6. He only has Fierce Battle active with Gohan, so obviously not the best rotation for this Goku, but still works out very nicely with the powerful defense. And then of course Goku gets the additional, does a nice bit of extra damage off of the 12 key, and we are done with the STR phase. So now this is the moment of truth, because if we don't guard, now we can see the super in slot 1. If I really wanted to take the risk, I could do this, right? But then the video is literally over if he doesn't guard. So I'm going to do this, And then as long as his guard activates this turn, it's guaranteed going to be active on the next turn. And then on the next turn, I will happily throw him in front of a super attack if we know his guard is actually going to be active. But yeah, if we put him in slot 1 and it's not active, then it's just GG. At least this way we get an extra defensive stack as well. So he should be over 400k when he supers. I mean, Gohan's in the same boat, right? Like, if Gohan doesn't guard, he's going to take a lot of damage here as well. So we'll see. Obviously, we have the potential for, if we do take quite a lot of damage this turn but don't die, then obviously we have the Goku revival for the next turn. So, I mean, this team obviously very well equipped to beat this stage, but some of it's going to come down to the RNG. So how much is this Goku going to take now? He's had quite a few stacks. I think this is my one, right? So there's only one dupe. He guards. He's had quite a few defensive stacks. Yeah, 36k. That's pretty decent. And then look at that. 10 million attack stat from the Namek Goku. That is pretty damn good. No double. Okay, guarded. Perfect. Okay. So now the guard is definitely going to be active on the next turn. I'm not sure if the scouter effect is actually going to last until next turn or not. Because this is... Actually, yeah, I think this is turn... No, might be turn 4 after we used it, actually. We're going to get one more turn, one more rotation with Goku. Because I think we have the scouter on the next turn. And then after that, we might not have it. But Namek Goku does have guaranteed guard. So if there's like a ton of attack, I can just put him in slot 1 regardless. And it actually doesn't matter. And then Gohan guarded as well. Let's go. The RNG guard patrol is actually out in full force. So yeah, we have the thing on this turn. Let's go ahead and transform into Ultima Gohan. Why not? And then we'll do this. We'll do this. And then we will... I need a bunch of rainbow orbs if possible. Although actually I want to leave all those STR orbs. Let's do this. I don't want to run the risk of killing Broly this turn, because I do want to see another turn with Namek Goku. And we know he's got guard, so hopefully the scouter effect is active next turn, because then we can throw him in front of the super and see how much damage he's going to take with the guard, with the extra stack, as well, unless it's in slot 1, of course. Another additional from the Goku. Tech Goku looking pretty good in this video. I mean, obviously we used the double Whis strategy for the AoE phase, but we haven't even gotten to the, the point where we could use the revival yet, which is very good. So this Goku, this one has more dupes but less links. So how much is he taking in comparison to my one? 56k. So yeah, links definitely can play a big part. We know that already, of course, just by seeing how powerful the link level update system was when it first got added into the game. I've talked about this before, I'm sure, but when it first came out, I tested out a 79% STR cooler friend with, well, my cooler, sorry, was STR, was 79% full level 10 links. I brought a rainbow friend that had level 1 links, and my one was better, because obviously getting those links up, getting those extra buffs, very, very important. So, but still, 50k from Broly. I mean, he's got type advantage and he guards, and he's been stacking defense. So it's not exactly the most crazy thing in the world. But yeah, here we go. I guess we'll do this. If the super attack's not in slot 1, he's either not supering this turn, or the guard has actually run out. I actually don't know at this point, but we're so close to the Dokkan attack, but we're not getting it this turn. That's really unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen the Dokkan attack from Goku. So he's got 359k defense at the start of this turn with no support. So we'll be up around 400k after the super attack. Hopefully he doesn't get supered in slot 1. Because yeah, normal attacks do double digits. Okay, he's going to get his super off. 8 million with no support. That's pretty good. And now, come on Broly, super attack me. Come on, Goku is ready for the super attack. Bring it on. He's not going to, is he? Oh, of course he doesn't. So with the guard active, we take double-digit damage. I mean, we saw in that Cell Max video that with his guard active, he tanked Cell Max's super attack. So I have no doubt that he would tank Broly's as well, right? As long as your defense is high enough. Because whilst you have type disadvantage, technically, he is guarding. Now, of course, if the guard's not active, I mean, he's going to get absolutely shredded by this Broly, who still may be supering in slot 3 and potentially super attacking Vegeta, which would be unfortunate to say the least. Because, yeah, he can take the normals reasonably well here, but Wow, he didn't super attack. Okay. Well, I guess in that case, we will just have to finish things off with a Dokkan attack from the Goku. But there you go. So Namek Goku against Broly. I mean, if the guard goes off, he's good. If the guard doesn't go off, you could obviously be in trouble. But I mean, on this team, you have the potential for the revival. You've got some decent defensive support as well as good defensive units. The only problem is with revival is obviously you still have to survive till the next turn. So if Namek Goku or Ultimate Gohan, STR obviously, if their guard doesn't go off, you know, if Goku's stacked enough defense, he could still take normals without just getting instantly vaporized. But if he gets hit with a super and that guard isn't active, then it is good night, sweet prince. But as long as the guard is active, then he does a pretty good job. So there you go. That is the Namek Goku versus STR Broly. That was literally the first attempt at trying to record that run. I mean, like I say, whilst I don't necessarily like the pool of units, like I'm not a huge fan of Goku's 200% team, but I mean, you can't argue with results, right? There is Red Zone Broly, basically the hardest Red Zone boss, and we set a new time record as well, even though the team, I guess, like, you know, Namek Goku puts out decent damage, Gogeta's good offensively, and so is Blue Vegeta. But we got a lot of defensive units on this team, and we set a new time record as well. So there you go. Namek Goku versus Red Zone Broly. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.